Welcome to CircumReality and the city of Amroth. In CircumReality, you explore the virtual city of Amroth with your real-life friends, or with new friends you meet along the way. Gameplay is puzzle-oriented, kind of like adventure games, but the puzzles aren't as vexing. Some computer role-playing game elements are included, such as occasional combat. CircumReality gameplay isn't anything like your typical MMO or computer role-playing game. It's not about slaying endless hordes of orcs. You begin play with Gary rowing you towards a quarantine island just off the island city of Amroth. Quarantine islands are places that temporarily hold immigrants to ensure they're not carrying the plague or some other awful disease. In the real world, they were used as recently as 100 years ago. Ellis Island, off New York, was one. Anyway, you're dropped off at Evansworth Island. This island's buildings are run down, and the guards aren't in a hurry to let you off the island. Why Evansworth Island is such an unfriendly place is a mystery you'll need to solve later. To get off the quarantine island, you need to befriend one of the 3 guards so they'll turn a blind eye and let you walk past them. That's where the puzzles come in. You need to decide which guard you want to befriend, ask some questions and do some snooping around to understand what makes the guard tick, and then do whatever is appropriate to befriend the guard. Some characters appreciate gifts of chocolate, or the latest salacious rumors, or they have small jobs for you to do. Some can even be bribed or blackmailed with skeletons they've hidden in their closets. That's not all. The guards have friends, other game characters. If you learn who the guards' friends are and make friends with the guards' friends, you can ask the guards' friends to put in a good word for you with whatever guard they're friends with. Of course, the guards' friends also have their own personalities and are puzzles in themselves. To get anywhere in Amroth, you need to interact with and understand the people that live in Amroth. Gameplay is about social puzzles. Monsters, buffs, and loot don't appear often. Now for some sample gameplay. I'll show you one of the ways you can make friends with Kazil, one of the 3 guards. This is a spoiler warning. If you keep watching this video, you'll learn one approach to befriending Kazil. Don't worry too much. Even though you'll learn a part of the trick to befriending Kazil from this video, there are 2 other guards you can test your puzzle wits against. And now for the spoiler. Kazil has a friend, Cassandra. Cassandra has a persistent cough and has been quarantined on Evansworth Island for a long time. Being stuck on the island with nothing to do, she spends most of her day sitting on the beach reading aloud. She borrows her books from the other residents of Evansworth Island. Let's go listen in.
A female possum gazes in meditation off in the distance. A seagull scours a beach in search of food. While intently reading her book, the female possum mumbles to herself.
And he who takes the least trodden path shall find his choice the most interesting. I don't think I'll do that.
When Cassandra read a passage from the book, notice how you were alerted that you had learned something new. When you learn something, like the Zine Wisdom Cassandra is reading, you can speak that knowledge to other game characters. Let's try speaking the Zine Wisdom back to Cassandra.
You have completed part of an errand by talking with Cassandra.
Morning. My name is Cassandra. What's your name? Hello, Mike.
Spoken.
That sounds just like a book I've been reading. You've been listening to me read aloud, haven't you? I can't blame you. It's an interesting book. Unfortunately, Kazoo won't let me lend it out to anyone I already asked.
Let's try speaking this same bit of information to another character. I'll quick travel to Gary, the man that rowed you into Evansworth Island.
Gary tidies up the ropes that tie his boat to the pier.
Hi, Mac.
Spoken.
I don't care.
You can tell from his reaction that he doesn't care about the Zine wisdom. By the way,
Until later,
Zines are a
Mac.
race of humanoid thylacines. Kazil is one of them. I'll quick travel to Kazil and see how he reacts to the Zine wisdom.
A guard bows to you. A guard gives a slight smile to you.
Welcome. May I help?
You have completed part of an errand by talking with Kazil.
Greetings, Mike. I am known as Kazil.
Spoken.
My Zine Aslick.
Kazil gives a slight smile to you.
And what path have you chosen? Don't tell me though. Everyone's path is their own.
Kazil bows to you.
I'm one step closer towards Kazil liking me. I only need to find a few more ways to ingratiate myself. With the right actions and presence, Kazil will like me enough that I can ask him a favor. I won't show you the other ways to get on Kazil's good side because it'd ruin part of the game for you. I will cheat a bit and show you Kazil's reaction when you win him over. By the way, you won't be able to cheat like this. You'll have to make Kazil like you the old-fashioned way, by earning his friendship.
Done. Done.
Okay, I've cheated and made Kazil like and trust me. Now, I'll ask him for a favor.
Now that Kazil is your friend, ask him for a favor to let you off Evansworth Island early.
How can I help you?
I'm going to ask him to let me off the island. I could ask him for other favors instead, but I want to get off the island at the moment.
Next time I'm on guard to be alone. Let me pass.
Kazil winks at you. Congratulations. Kazil will let you onto the northern pier the next time he's alone on guard duty.
There you go. Now, all I have to do is watch for him to be on guard duty, and I'll be allowed off the island and into the city of Amroth. Hopefully my demonstration gave you an idea about CircumReality's unique gameplay. You can download the game from www.circumreality.com and play it for free right now. If you stick around, I'll show you some of CircumReality's gameplay features. The graphics that you're seeing are what you get on a quad-core computer. If you have a dual-core or single-core computer, these graphics settings might be too slow for you. You can easily select faster graphics options. You can change the resolution, how realistic the objects look, and how much animation there is. If you set everything to a minimum quality, graphics will be very fast. You can also make the images look like oil paintings.
Your artistic style has been changed to Impressionist painting. Not all images will be immediately updated.
Or watercolor paintings.
Your artistic style has been changed to watercolor painting. Not all images will be immediately updated.
By now, you must have noticed that the characters talk, and there's even a narrator. The narrator sounds almost exactly like me. That's because CircumReality uses text-to-speech, which is synthesized speech. The narrator's voice is synthesized from recordings of my own voice. By the way, I need more voices for the game's characters. If you're willing to record a few thousand sentences and let other people use your voice for free, your voice could be world famous. You can change your character's voice to one of the existing text-to-speech voices. You won't normally hear your character's voice, but other players will when you chat with them. Changing your character's voice is easy.
You sound like this.
This is what your voice could sound like.
This is what your voice could sound like. This is what your voice could sound like. This is what your voice could sound like.
This is what your voice could sound like.
Your voice has been changed. You now sound like this.
Since you just changed your voice, the menu of alternate voices has been recreated.
If you happen to have a microphone, you can also use voice chat to talk to other players. If you prefer reading, you can turn text-to-speech completely off, and CircumReality will behave more like a text MUD or text interactive fiction. You can also change your character's appearance.
Some alternatives to your current face are being shown. Use the menu underneath a new face. Some alternatives to your current face are being shown. Use the menu underneath a new face to keep it, or the menu underneath your current face to generate other alternatives. Some alternatives to your current face are being shown. Use the menu underneath a new face to keep it, or the menu underneath your current face to generate other alternatives.
You can spend hours and hours experimenting with different faces. One final note, you can create your own worlds using CircumReality. Despite being a lot of work, it's rewarding. Just look at my website for details. That's all for now. Thanks for watching the video. Have fun exploring Amroth.